understanding the concept of a water divide, though an implied concept, it was not directly related to the normal cycle of erosion, but just in case that this is the commonly asked question in the preliminary examination, so I took the concept of an water divide. So what is the Great Water Divide Line? Now coming from that, we are coming to the normal cycle of erosion given by W.M. Davis, that is the fluvial cycle of erosion. What this says that, as we already know, that is the river water passes through the youthful, mature and the old age, and hence the landforms also pass through the youthful, mature and the old age. But how does the normal cycle of erosion begins? It begins with the upliftment of the landform. It begins with upliftment of landform. After the upliftment of the landform, there is a progressive development of the cycle of erosion in which the entire land mass passes through the three stage, that is after that, after upliftment, there is a progressive development in which the land mass and the river valley and life cycle of a river passes through youth, mature and old age. Old age, obviously age is after passing through these three kinds of landforms, the end product or the end product is a flat land. The end product is a flat land or flat featureless plain known as peneplain, having isolated residual, or you can remember that isolated hills known as monanox, having isolated residual hills known as monanox. So it begins with the upliftment of a landform, then there is a passing up of the land mass in the form of three stages, in the form of youthful stage, mature stage and the old age, ultimately resulting into an flat featureless plain which is known as a peneplain having isolated hills known as monanox. Now this is just an introduction to your answer, that is what is the. Now here the next part in your answer should be what are the different kind of stages. So what happens in the youthful stage, what happens in the mature stage, what happens in the old age, and what is the end product. Now only by this statement what do you can conclude for the preliminary examination. It begins with the upliftment of a landform. End product is a peneplain. So what is the end product of a Davisian cycle of erosion? Commonly asked question in the preliminary examination is a peneplain. How is it? It is having too much relief features. In geographical terms, feature means presence of mountains, valleys, plateaus. No, it is featureless, it is a flat surface. But sometimes there is an isolated hill. This isolated hill is known as monanox. So these are the conclusions you can draw. Now coming up, now you remember, coming up with this, that is it begins with the upliftment of a landform. it ultimately results into the formation of a plane. Now if you try to, here I will try to explain you this, I will explain you the ultimate life cycle, the life cycle of an erosion in a very simple terms, and then we will describe the each and every landform in detail. But just before this, just before making you write what is there in the youthful stage, what is there in the mature stage and in the old age, just look here and have the detailed understanding of how the life cycle of erosion is. Very easy process, very interrelated process even to our own life form. Just it is difficult part is the technical geographical language, but again very simple process. Now in the youthful stage, so obviously we know that there is a youth, mature and old age. Now in the youthful stage the land rises, that means there is a formation of a mountain. In the end product, the mountain then degrades into a flat land which is known as an peneplain. So in the mountainous stage there is a youthful stage, in the middle stage is known as a mature stage, and the flat land which is there is known as an old age. These are the three ages of a river. So the river starts here, the river will flow from here, it will come down to the flat, it will go again come, and ultimately it will mix with the seawater. Now this is the longitudinal profile of a river, or this is the life cycle of a river, that is the youthful stage, mature stage and the old age. Now consider the youthful stage, in which area it is. What is this kind of a landform? It is in the mountainous region. So youthful stage occurs in the mountainous region, in which the river comes down along the slope. Now it is the area where there is a birth of a river, where there is a development of a river, where the river originates. Now if you have gone to any place where the river originates, generally the river originates from the highlands. Most of the rivers, Ganga from Gangotri Glacier, Yamuna from Yamunotri Glacier, Indus from the Tibetan region, Brahmaputra from the Tibetan region, Godavari, the peninsular region from the Western Ghat region, Trimbakeshwar Plateau in the Western Ghat, same near in the Western Ghat, river Krishna, Kaveri, all these rivers are originating in the highland, then they are going and meeting the sea. So that means in the youthful stage it is related to the origin of a river. Now when the river originates, how is the river? Is the river very broad, or is it in the form of a small stream which is developed? How is the river? Look in your atlas. If you can find the origin of a river Ganga easily, that means it is a large stream. But if you cannot find the origin of a river Ganga, that means that it is a very minute stream that cannot be shown in the atlas. Because if you trace the river Ganga, you will see the Ganga river, even the atlas, the blue line is getting broader and broader as it is moving towards the Bay of Bengal. And over some period of time, that blue line will get disappeared. That means in the original stage, in the stage of origin, river is just like a very small stream. Because why it is like a small stream? Because the tributary system is not developed. Because the river becomes broad and engages and gets bigger in volume because of the putting more and more water by the tributaries. Obviously at the stage of a birth, human life is not developed. The river is also not developed. The tributary system is not developed. So the river is in the form of a stream, young stream. Then the river gets numerous tributaries. At the first stage, the work of a river in the youthful stage is making a way so that it can reach from here towards the sea. So as a result of this, the river, when it develops in the youthful stage, it starts eroding the surface according to the head. That is, it is trying to make a way so that it can make a way and reach up to the sea, that it starts eroding at the head. So it engages in a process which is known as an headward erosion. As the river engages in the process of headward erosion, you can say it is falling down from the slope. Because it is falling down from the slope, it is having what will be the velocity? Low or high? It is coming down from the slope. obviously the velocity will be high. Because the velocity being high, it is having high transportation capacity. That means erosion capacity of a river is very high, but obviously the load is very low. That means this is an area where the erosional capacity or the energy of a river is very, very high. As a result, the river engages in erosion in this process. So one of the major feature of a river in youthful stage is erosional feature. Then the river, what kind of erosion it will go? It is carrying large stones which are at the bed of a river. It will engage in an process known as valley deepening. It is done by a process known as porthole drilling. We'll do it in the just like the story I want to tell you. We are going to do each and every stage in detail later on. So it engages in a porthole drilling. Now because the river there is in the mountainous regions, there are some rocks which are eroded which are of different resistance. Some are soft rocks, some are hard rocks. When the rocks which are not eroded properly, the river jumps from one rock to other, resulting into formation of an waterfall. So river engages in headward erosion, porthole drilling, valley deepening and waterfall. One of the major feature because of the valley deepening is V-shaped river valley. That is youthful stage. What is generally for, especially for boys, what Salman Khan, Hrithik Roshan, V-shaped bodies. So the river also in the youthful stage is having V-shaped valley. Why is the valley V-shaped? We did in what kind of corrosion it was? It was vertical erosion results into formation of an V-shaped valleys. A river engages in headward erosion. Now when the river comes down here at this stage, that is in the mature stage, you can see river is coming down from the mountainous region to the It is coming down from the mountainous regions to an area which is flat. As a result of this, the river speed decreases and hence the river's erosional capacity also decreases. But at this time, it is getting lot of tributaries, so it will be having some kind of an erosional capacity. Also, you see, this area is not as flat as this area. Why? Because it is some kind of a sloping boundary. So here, this is at the foothill of a mountain, and hence a result of this, the river starts depositing. The rivers, when it flows on a flat surface, it does not flow straight. Due to gravity, it starts meandering or turning in different directions, or that is known as meandering of a river. So this stage is associated with the meandering of a river. Now because the river's velocity is very less, it cannot engage in a valley deepening. So it engages in a valley widening process. That means the V-shaped valley which was there due to valley deepening gets widened into U-shaped valleys. Why? Because the river also engages, instead of vertical erosion, the river engages in lateral erosion. The depth of a valley is decreased because of the deposition which keeps on occurring here. Why deposition occurs? Because the speed of a river decreases. The river here then again comes to a flat region, that is in the mature stage. The river comes to flat region. Now till the time river comes in the old age, that is in the third stage, here there is a complete development of a river. And as a result of this, when the river comes in the old age, due to complete development of a river, the river volume is very, very high. And as a result, the river totally stops vertical erosion. River volume is high and the speed of a river is very low. Why the speed of a river is low? Because of flat surface. Therefore, vertical erosion totally stops. River engages mostly in weathering process, in chemical weathering process, and as a result, the valley becomes broad and broad. That is the U-shaped valley which was present in this region. Here it is associated with the V-shaped valleys. Here U-shaped valleys. Why V-shaped valleys? Because there is only erosion. Here there is a deposition and erosion. But mostly here there is a deposition only, and only some kind of an lateral erosion. So this V-shaped, U-shaped valleys again becomes extremely broad, and then the deposition of the river starts. Why they become broad? Because the river does not flow straight, it meanders, and due to meandering there is an erosion of the banks of a river. Now because of the volume of a river, there is lot of deposition. Because of this volume of a river, the river volume is very large here, very big here, plus there is large scale deposition of a river. As a result of this result into deposit in the formation of a flat plain, which is known as flood plain of a river, where alluvial soil is deposited. Example, the North Indian plain. Why it is known as flood plain? Because new soil is enriched every year during annual flood, when during the rainy season the volume of a river increases. So here the river starts meandering, there is a formation of an oxbow lake, there is a formation of very widening of a channel of a river. The river then comes near the sea. As due to the resistance from the seawater, the speed of a river suddenly decreases. Therefore, the river again keeps the sediments, again deposits the sediments, and because of the deposition of the sediment, the river here bifurcates into numerous distributaries near the sea. And over the period of time, these sediment deposits have compacted to give rise to the delta. So starting from here, high energy of a river, till the time medium energy of a river, and here very low energy in a river. So we have V-shaped valleys because of high erosion capacity. Here erosion and deposition down and lateral erosion. If you remember why I took the corrosion so in detail, because of lateral corrosion results into U-shaped valleys. And then again the speed of a river decreases. So there is a widening of this area, the bank of a river. And then there is a formation of a delta. So these are the features associated with the three stages of a river. Now this is the entire life cycle of a river. We are going to study each and every stage in detail now. What are the features associated with the youthful stage? What are the features with the other two stages? What we have to remember: erosion capacity because of high energy, erosion plus deposition, mainly deposition. Okay. Vertical erosion, yes, vertical erosion totally absent. Here both kind of erosion takes place, but mostly there is an lateral erosion in this life cycle of a river. So the normal life cycle, which begins with the upliftment of a land, and then progressively the erosion occurs from progressively the landform or the river's life cycle passes from youthful, mature and the old age. What happens in the youthful stage? Why it is known as youthful stage? Because here the river system, it is the birth of a river system. Here then we can write the river originates in this region. The river originates here, resulting into formation of land is uplifted and river starts erosion process. How is the erosion process? The energy of the gradient or slope of a land is high in this region. That means the land is sloping, and as a result of this, river engages, the erosional capacity is very high. Which implies is high, which implies the erosional capacity is high. River engages in headward erosion. River engages in headward erosion. river engages in an headward erosion. What is the headward erosion? As I told you, river is flowing this way, so when it is making the way for itself, so that it is eroding this land so that it can again flow through this land, is an headward erosion. The river engages in headward erosion. Again, the main work of river here is vertical erosion. What kind of an erosion? Vertical erosion, which results into valley deepening. Forming V-shaped valleys. Known as gorge or canyon. It's known as gorge or canyon. So in the youthful stage, what you have to remember is the energy is high because the land is sloping and therefore the erosional capacity is high. The river engages in headward erosion, that is, the main work of here is the vertical erosion through a process known as porthole drilling. Through porthole drilling. Through a process which is known as porthole drilling, resulting into formation of a V-shaped valleys, which are known as gorge or a canyon, resulting into formation of an V-shaped valleys known as gorges or canyons. Okay. Now this is the youthful stage. Now what are the features associated with the youthful stage? How will be the valley? With the first V-shaped valley will be narrow. So here the features which are associated with the youthful stage. First is V-shaped valleys. Now if this is a valley of a river, as we have already done, the river has lot of sediments here, and as a result of this, the sediments will engage in a process known as porthole drilling. This is similar to using your drilling machine on the wall. That is, the drilling machine goes circular inside the wall, making a hole in the wall. Same process happens here. The currents, underwater currents, causes the rocks to move, resulting into they will drill into the ground and make the ground more and more deeper. This process is known as porthole drilling. So the porthole drilling results into formation of a V-shaped valleys. Results into formation of V-shaped valleys. Results into formation of an V-shaped valley, which is the most important feature of an youthful stage. How it is formed? It is formed due to porthole drilling. What does this porthole drilling do? It engages in valley deepening, resulting into V-shaped valleys. Such a V-shaped valleys are known as gorge or canyons. The difference between gorge and canyon is very long, narrow, V-shaped valleys in the arid regions generally are known as canyons. They are so deep, generally their floor is not seen. The very, very deep gorges in the arid region, that is in the desert regions or semi-desert regions, are known as canyons. That is, these are, how are they? They are very long and very, very narrow. And where does the river flow? Generally the river flows in near the gorge, and this makes one of the beautiful tourist spots also. So as a result, why it is formed? It is formed due to the process known as porthole drilling or valley deepening. So the V-shaped valley is one of the important feature of the youthful stage of an erosion. The second important feature is, see, in the mountainous region there are some of the rocks. If this is a mountain is formed due to metamorphic process if it consists of different kind of a rock. If this is an hard rock, this is a soft rock, hard rock, this is soft rock, and again an hard rock. Obviously the softer rock will be eroded faster. The softer rock here will be eroded faster. So the original landform which was this way may become this way, because of the faster erosion of a softer rock, then hard rock, and then faster erosion of a softer rock. So as a result of this, the river which is coming from here, it will suddenly fall here, then it will flow, and it will suddenly fall here, flow, and then to these two regions, when the river falls from one height to from a greater height, is known as, what it is known as? Waterfalls. So the second feature associated with the landforms of the youthful stage are waterfalls, rapids, and cataracts. Formed due to numerous reasons. One of the reasons is unequal erosion or differential erosion of hard and soft rocks, or when the river jumps from a plateau, or some, we will be doing this in detail later on. Those features associated is waterfall or cataract. What is the difference between rapids and cataracts? Rapids are of smaller dimensions, cataracts are of larger dimensions. Cataracts are of larger dimensions, while the rapids are of a smaller dimensions. So the difference here is this two, that is, smaller dimensions are known as rapids, while the larger dimensions are known as cataracts. Now when the water here falls from a greater height, when the water falls from a greater height, it is obviously coming and hitting this ground surface at a faster rate. This area, when the water is coming, it is coming and hitting this ground surface, this area, greater as compared to the other area, and then it is flowing outside. As a result of this, this part is greatly eroded as compared to the other part, resulting into collection of an water in this region. Such an region which is just below the waterfall, which is highly eroded, is known as, third is plunge pools. It is known as plunge pools. That is, this was a waterfall. Because the water is coming from a greater height, it is eroding this part and making it similar to a pool or a swimming pool. Why? Because the water is coming and directly hitting this area before flowing outside. As a result, it is greatly eroded, resulting into formation of a plunge pool. So the third feature associated with the youthful stage is an plunge pool. The rivers here also, when the rivers are just originating, they also capture, because they engage in headward erosion, sometimes they also capture the other rivers which are smaller in dimensions as compared to the river, to the other river. For example, if one river A is there and it is flowing with a greater velocity as compared to the other river B, the river A may capture the river B. So one of the other feature associated with the youthful stage is river capture. Through a process known as headward erosion. Through a process known as headward erosion. River capture through a process known as headward erosion. Now, what is headward erosion? Why it is known as headward erosion? I am taking it as a separate topic. What do you mean by river capture? Because the river capture is just not restricted only to the youthful stage. It may occur even in the old age. So we will deal it separately. But you have to remember, river capture through headward erosion is an example of an youthful feature, because in the old age we are doing river capture through the intersection of the meanders. That we'll study in the old age. So the next fourth feature associated with the youthful stage is river capture through headward erosion. Porthole drilling, narrow V-shaped valleys, waterfalls, cataracts and rapids are, or what we call as gorge and canyons. So these are the major features which are associated with the youthful stage of cycle of erosion. So again I am repeating it. River engages in headward erosion. River engages in headward erosion here. It may capture the river through headward erosion. The major work of a river is valley deepening. That means if the question comes to you in the examination, in which stage vertical erosion dominates? Youthful stage, mature stage, old age. What is the answer? Youthful stage, vertical erosion dominates in the youthful stage. So it engages in a valley deepening, resulting into formation of an V-shaped valleys. These are known as gorge or canyons. We are doing this topic as the separate topic for riverine landforms. It results into formation of waterfalls of smaller dimensions known as rapids, of larger dimensions known as cataracts. It results into formation of a plunge pool and riverine erosion. So these are the landforms associated with the youthful stage. Now the next stage is the mature stage. That is the middle course of a river. Now this mature stage or middle course starts at the foothills of the mountains. When the river comes from the mountains and comes near the foothills of the mountains, obviously the velocity of a river decreases in this stage, because the land has started becoming flat. In India, the river enters the plain regions at the foothills of a mountain. River Ganga enters at Haridwar. Therefore, maybe one of the reason it is considered as an holy place, because this is the region where the mighty river Ganga has entered the plains, which is one of the most important agricultural belt, which has resulted into start of civilization in this region. Okay. So the mature stage is a stage where there is fall in the gradient or slope of river channel, As a result, the velocity of a river decreases. As a result, the velocity of river decreases. Resulting into, what does the velocity of river decreases means? The erosional capacity. Erosional capacity of river decreases. Therefore, river starts depositing. Therefore, the river starts depositing. What depositing? Obviously sediments. Where it will first start? At the foothills. At the foot of mountains. This feature is known as alluvial fan. This feature is known as alluvial fan. This feature is known as an alluvial fan, resulting into deposition at the foot of a mountain, known as an alluvial fan. Now, how does this alluvial fan originate? Just have a look here. See, the river is coming with a great speed. It is having, till the time it is coming down, obviously the volume of a river has increased. The sedimentation, because it is actively engaged in erosion, it is having valley deepening process and erosion process. It is having large amount of sediments, large amount of sediment load, and because it is coming with a great speed, as you remember, 2x into speed, when it doubles the speed, it increases the erosional capacity or carrying capacity by 10 times. So here the river can carry even the large sediments, large stones, large boulders along with it. As soon as it enters the flat region, here in this flat region, the mature stage starts in this region. That is, this is the foothill of a mountain. Here the mature stage starts, and because there is a sudden decrease in the velocity of the river will start depositing. What will the river start depositing first? What you will generally do during the examination time? Will you use the reference book, or will you use the guide book and the notes? Obviously the guides and the notes. The heavier the books, you will keep it during your free time. The smaller, more specific, you will try to refer during the examination time. Why? Because your carrying capacity, your energy has decreased. You are looking forward to examination. Same thing you can apply it to the rivers. Your carrying capacity, the river's carrying capacity decreases, and it cannot carry the large sediments or the loads, and as a result of this, it will first deposit the biggest of the sediments, then middle, then smaller, then finer. As a result, there is a sorting of sediments. The river starts depositing the sediments. The bigger sediments are deposited first, then the smaller, then the smaller, then the smaller, then the smaller, and then as you go away, then the size of the sediments goes on decreasing. In this region, the river sometimes flows from below, and here then the river again comes up, because the sediment permits the river to come up. Such kind of a sediment deposit at the foothill of a mountain is known as an alluvial fan. If you try to understand how will the alluvial fan look like, it will be having such kind of feature, that is, the size of the sediments goes on decreasing, and thus it will look like, and after that the river will enter the plain region. This is a mountain region, this is a mountain region, This is all the mountains from where the river is coming, and it is different rivers are coming from this mountain regions, and it is it is depositing the sediments, resulting into formation of an alluvial fan. So it results into formation of that is one of the most important feature associated with the middle stage, or is the alluvial fan. It results into the formation of alluvial fan. Fan, or sometimes known as alluvial cone. Where it is? At the foot of a mountains. In which stage? In the mature stage. Now when the river enters the plain areas, it does not flow in the straight manner. It starts going in a meandering manner. It starts going in a curved manner. So such process is known as meandering. Why it is? It is due to gravity. It is because it cannot go straight due to gravity. Therefore it starts meandering. It starts moving in a curved direction. So the river starts meandering. The river starts meandering here. The river starts meandering, resulting into formation of a slip of slope. We will do the meanders later on. That resulting into formation of cliff slope and the slip of slope. Also, when the river starts meandering, if there are two mountains projecting in this direction, that is, if there is a different mountain system here, one mountain system, then other mountain system. Similarly, there is a mountain behind here, one mountain, then the other mountain here. And when the river starts meandering, it generally comes at the foothill of a mountain, it starts changing its course. So if a person who is standing here, and if he tries to see, it looks as if the water, then there is a foot of a mountain, then there is a river water, foot of a mountain. Such projection of a foot of a mountain is known as spur, and that it is known as spurs. And because of the meandering of a river, it looks as if the two spurs are interlocked in between. Why? Because the water can find its own path. So the third feature associated with the meandering with the mature stage is the interlocked spurs. It is obviously at the start of a mature stage, not at the end of a mature stage. It is the interlocked spurs. Interlocked spurs. Why interlocked? Because the foothills of a mountains look as if they are projecting into each other. On the other hand, if the glacier is there, the glacier is not as fluid as water, that is, it cannot move as a water. So what the glacier does? It removes the spurs which are there. So the glaciated spurs are known as truncated spurs, that is the broken spurs. So interlocked spur is another feature associated with the fluvial cycle of erosion. Now here the river starts depositing, that is, the river engages in deposition, and because the river starts meandering, that means it also starts in lateral erosion. So here the process of valley widening starts. Why lateral erosion? Because the river cannot carry that much load along with itself. Big stones cannot be carried. Some big stones are there at the bed of a river, but most of the materials are carried in suspension or solution. Now this materials dash against, or they rub the sides of the valley of a river, resulting into valley widening. And because the river has a less carrying capacity, it engages in deposition. As a result, the V-shaped valley's depth is reduced. Why? Because it is covered by deposition and the valley becomes U-shaped. So what is the third most here? One of the most important feature, the river starts depositing lateral erosion starts that is these two processes, that is deposition and lateral erosion, results into conversion of V-shaped valleys into U-shaped valleys. What do you mean by U-shaped valleys? The U-shaped valleys means initially V-shaped valley, but due to deposition the depth of a valley is going on reducing, and due to lateral erosion the sides of the valleys are increasing, and as a result this V-shaped valleys then become U-shaped valley. That is initially a V-shaped valley, and now it starts becoming an U-shaped valley. The depth is reduced due to deposition and the sides are increased due to lateral erosion. So the river starts depositing, lateral erosion starts, and the V-shaped valley is converted into an U-shaped valley. This is one of the most important feature of the mature stage. So when you say the mature stage, what are the important landforms and the features? There is a fall in the gradient or slope of a river channel, therefore velocity decreases. Decreasing velocity, the erosional capacity of a river decreases. River starts depositing. The first deposition starts at the foothill of a mountain, resulting into formation of alluvial cone. The next, the river also starts depositing in a channel. As a result of this, there is the depth of an V-shaped valley is reduced. Plus, there is a lateral erosion. Therefore, the V-shaped valley is converted into U-shaped valley. The river also does not flow through in a straight manner. The river starts meandering. As a result of meandering, when it meanders near the foots of a mountains, it looks as if the foots of the mountains are locked between each other, what we call as an interlocked spurs. So these are the different relief features associated with an mature stage or the middle course of a river. So just have a look at the middle course of an river. The third is the later stage or the end course or the old stage of an river. The old stage of an river. The older stage or the lower course of an river. That means the river which started from the mountain region, then the middle course, and then the flat surface, and then the older course. Now this is the older course of an river. That is this is the old course. Now you can see in the diagram, this is an extremely flat surface. So in the extremely flat surface, there is still decrease in the energy of a river. So what will the river do? River will engage in more and more deposition. As a result, the depth of U-shaped valley will keep on decreasing. But you remember, the river starts meandering here because of less speed. The river starts meandering in much bigger fashion, in a much larger fashion. That is, the meandering increases. Plus, as a result of this, there is more, and plus there is large volume of a river. Why? Because till the time river becomes old, there is a complete development of a river. What do you mean by complete development of a river? The river is very voluminous, very full of water. Why? Because the entire network of tributaries has grown till it reaches the large stage. These tributaries bring water, but along with water, it is also bringing the sediments. What kind of sediments? Generally the tributaries bring the sediments which they have eroded themselves. So they get finer sediments. The main river gets finer sediments from the tributaries, especially if the tributaries are meeting it in the older stage or in the mature stage. That is in the later two stages. And as a result, the sediments here, they cannot engage in valley deepening, but the sediments engage in valley widening. So in the older stage, the U-shaped valley, the depth of an U-shaped valley is decreased, but the width is increased, resulting into very broad channel of a river. If you look at your atlas, you can see the river Ganga is shown very wide in the atlas, in the Bihar region, in the Bengal region. Why? Because it is the lower stage of a river, just before meeting the sea. If you look again into the Bengal region, you will see that river Ganga has divided itself into different channels, what we call as a distributaries. Just remember this word, we are coming to it again, distributaries. So what happens in the older stage? In the older stage, there is a decrease. In speed of a river. Why? Because the land becomes flat, therefore decrease in the carrying capacity. Resulting into decrease in the erosion capacity. Therefore, the river decrease in carrying capacity, decrease in erosion capacity. Therefore, the work of a river is mainly deposition. The work of a river is mainly deposition. The work of a river here is mainly deposition. The river keeps on depositing. Vertical erosion. Vertical erosion. Will it be present or absent? Is totally absent. Is totally absent. But lateral erosion continues. Therefore, the river channel becomes very broad in this region. Therefore, channel of a river becomes very broad. It becomes very broad. That means initially V-shaped valley, then U-shaped valley, and then again an very broad U-shaped valley. but the see here, the depth of all the valleys are going on decreasing. That is, the maximum depth is U-shaped, V-shaped valley, then U-shaped valley, again a very broad U-shaped valley, but the depth is decreasing. Why? Because the river here is engaging in mostly deposition, mainly deposition. Therefore the depth decreases, but the river is becoming very broad. Next, the river meanders. River system is completely developed. River system is completely developed. And therefore the river is voluminous. Therefore the river is voluminous. Therefore the river is highly voluminous in this region. Why? Because there is a lot of water coming from the distributaries. Transportation capacity is minimum, vertical erosion is absent, but lateral erosion continues. That's why river becomes very broad. The river is completely developed because the river is voluminous. Now what are the major features associated with this? Just have a look at this. What are the important keywords you should remember? It engages in mainly deposition. Why? Because of the minimum carrying capacity. Vertical erosion, is it present or absent? It is totally absent, but lateral erosion is continuous. That is, what is the work of river here? Mainly deposition plus some lateral erosion, resulting in the channel becoming very, very broad. A river system is completely developed and the river becomes voluminous. So these are the important points. Now coming to the important features associated with the lower stage of a river. Features in the old stage. See what we told here, the river starts meandering. As a result, the river starts meandering, and sometimes the meanders intersect into each other, and therefore the river which was meandering, after the intersection of a meanders here due to erosion, the river then starts flowing in a straight direction, while this lake is left behind. We will again do it. Such kind of a lakes are known as oxbow lakes. One of the important feature is oxbow lake. Why? Due to intersection of a meanders, due to extreme meandering of a river, oxbow lake is formed. This is one of the feature of a lower course of a river. Again here, that is, the river starts meandering. As the meander becomes greater and greater, what does this meandering do? There is an intersection of a meander. Here you can see there is an intersection. So how will be the next river go? It will go straight, taking the shortest possible path, while this part of a river will be isolated. Such isolated part is known as oxbow lake. It looks like an horn, therefore it is known as an oxbow lake, due to intersection of a meander. Second, I told you one of the feature here is also river capture through the intersection of a meander. We are going to do as a separate topic, that is river capture. Through intersection of meanders. The third important feature here, you see it becomes a very, very vast area. This region is extremely vast region where the water is, through where the river is traveling. But obviously this is during the normal times. During the times of a flood, the volume of a river increases, and when the river crosses this channel, it becomes an flood. So during the flood times, the river crosses this channel. When the river crosses this channel, river is carrying large amount of sediments along with it. How is the flood water? Clean or muddy? What is the normal picture of a flood water? Muddy or clean? Dirty, unclean water. How it is? It is muddy water. It is unclean water. Why? Because the sediments are very high. Why the sediments are very high? 2x is equal to 10 into the, that is 2 into the velocity is equal to 10 times the carrying capacity. So therefore the sediments are deposited. Large amount of sediments are deposited in this region. That is a new soil is being created. Such sediments are deposited. And during the normal times, again it comes back to its original position. But the sediment remain deposited. Now the sediment, this new soil which is formed, is known as a floodplain, which is generally very, very fertile soil. It results into the formation of a flat surface. So the third feature associated with the older age is extensive floodplain. Extensive flood plain. Now when the river comes near the sea water, if this is a sea and if the river is traveling here, obviously there is a resistance of sea water to the river. There is further decrease in the speed of a sea water, in the speed of a river due to the presence of sea water. Therefore the river will start meandering more. The river will start depositing some sediments here, and the river channel will, to enter the sea water, the river will get bifurcated into numerous channels. Such channels are known as distributaries. So the river gets bifurcated. The next feature is formation of distributaries. Formation of distributaries. And the river will deposit the sediments. Over this time the sediments gets compacted, and this region is known as a delta. Where the point where the river enters the sea, the mouth of a river when it enters the sea is known as a delta. So one of the last feature, the most important feature is deltas. So these are the features associated with older age. That is, you just try to use your imagination and imagine that the river is coming from the Himalayan region. Imagine the river Ganga itself. It is coming from the Himalayan region. Himalaya has beautiful valleys, beautiful waterfalls. That is why hydroelectric potential of the Himalayas is so high. In both Brahmaputra region, in both Ganga region, it is having numerous V-shaped valleys. In fact, Shipkila passes. What are these passes? Generally gorge or canyons cut down by the rivers. So formation of canyons, formation of waterfalls. Why? Because the presence of V-shaped valleys. Why? Because of presence of porthole drilling. Then river enters Haridwar. See the Haridwar region, formation of big stones in the Haridwar region. What does it? It means alluvial fan. So in the alluvial fan in this region, then as you are coming down, the river is getting broader. Even in your atlas, the line is getting thicker and thicker. What does it show? That the river is getting broad. The V-shaped valley is getting converted into U-shaped valley. As you come to, why into U-shaped valley? Because less velocity, so more deposition, less erosion. Vertical erosion, as you are coming down, the vertical erosion is getting minimum and minimum. The lateral erosion or the sideway erosion is getting maximum. You come down to the lower part, Bihar region, Bengal region, you will see the line has got more and more thicker. Why? Because here this is the time where there is a formation of extensive floodplains of Ganga. And why? Because the volume of river Ganga has increased and the river is mainly engaged in deposition in this region. What about the vertical erosion? Totally stops in this region, but lateral erosion continues. What are the major features? Oxbow lakes, numerous oxbow lakes, river meanders due to intersection of a river capture due to intersection of a meanders. Oxbow lake is due to throwing away of a meander, river capture due to intersection of a meander. Then the sea in the Bangladesh region, the river Ganga, Brahmaputra meet together. They bring large amount of sediments. In fact, the sediment load of river Brahmaputra is one of the largest in the world. The sediments, because of still decrease in the speed, they are deposited. These deposited sediments have got compacted. The river then moves along the side of a sediments, resulting into formation of a distributaries. Tributaries bring water to the river. Distributaries divide the water from the river when the river meets the sea. And the size of this landform, the shape of this landform is known as a delta, and we'll be studying delta of different types. So these are the features associated with the entire life cycle of a river. So based on the energy of a river is based on the gradient or slope. Higher the slope, higher the energy, we call it youthful stage. Same with human life form, same with any kind of an life form, and the old age, resulting in end of a life cycle of an river. So what is the diagram you can draw in the examination? You can take this diagram for the examination point of view. Youthful stage. Why youthful stage? Because this is a region where the river is in the, as we already know, having high carrying capacity. Mature stage and the old age. This is the relief feature we are trying to show in the form of a mountain, in the form of sloping area that is gently sloping, and in the form of a flat plain having some isolated hills. Which have not got eroded because of the resistance of the rocks. V-shaped valleys. U-shaped valleys. And broad U-shaped valleys. Ultimately, what is this? This is the river water joining the sea. So in the youthful stage, what are the major features associated? Waterfalls, Obviously it won't pass through the mountain. You don't have to draw the blue line in the examination. Here the work of a river is mainly erosion. Resulting into formation of V-shaped valleys. Resulting into formation of waterfalls, rapids and cataracts. Waterfalls, rapids, cataracts, and main feature is headward erosion. Main feature is an headward erosion. Here the river engages in some kind of an deposition. Here the work of a river is mainly deposition. So what is the work of a river here? Erosion plus deposition. What are the major features? The first feature is alluvial fan, interlocked spurs, meanders and U-shaped valleys. Alluvial fan. There are interlocked spurs. There are U-shaped valleys. There is a meandering of a river. The third is mainly deposition. The third category is only deposition or mainly deposition. What does it result into? What are the major features? Very, very vast floodplain. Vast floodplain. What is the major other feature? Too much meandering, therefore oxbow lakes. And deltas. So see here, wherever there is a break in the channel of a river, there is a deposition. Yahan pe there is an alluvial fan, but there is a delta when again it meets the sea. So this is how the entire youth cycle of a river will look like. Now preliminary questions: which are the major features associated with youth, mature, old age? We have taken it in detail. Look at the lecture, make the points in the lecture, solve the previous year question papers, and if you don't get an answer, then message me. I can guarantee you that you will be getting the answers in all the lectures if you listen to it properly. We have yet to do the next part, that is the landforms associated with the fluvial erosion. Now before going to that lecture, again rewind it and again revise this lecture. Use this lecture as a base. If the question is Davysian cycle of erosion, normal cycle of erosion. Question is fluvial cycle of erosion, normal cycle of erosion. This. Okay. So all the very best again, and we are now meeting with our next topic will be fluvial landforms associated with the river water.